Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago by Night First Edition. This show is rated R for all sorts of mature things happening, including blood and drinking of blood. Because this is Vampire the Masquerade, and there's a beast in everyone.
Yeah, what did you expect?
Pretty much.
I'm so evil.
Well, I just realized currently in game I'm bleeding from the eyes and hands as I'm Hunger 4 with Stigmata.
Oh,
yeah.
yes! I forgot about that. Thank you. I wonder how everybody is reacting to that. We'll find out in a moment as everybody's like, what? But, yes, when we last met our amazing heroes, or anti-heroes as the case might be, you were on the run from the law in 1991. And who do we have with us at this table today?
I suppose I'll start. Hello, Dominic, or Domi for short. I'm playing Sylvester Björnsson, the Malkavian rock star. Insert the guitar noise here.
Yes, I need to have one of those. Like a chord. Yes.
I am El Duende, pronouns any all. I am playing Tony Hernandez, the Bruja gangster.
I'm Roger. I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie, a former gangster.
I'm Darcy. I'm playing Kate Peretti, a current and loyal member of the Pyramid, and a tech head.
Indeed. And if you like this content, don't forget to follow the Twitch channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, ring the bell button, press the like button, sacrifice a virgin to the algorithm gods.
And comment for our algorithm.
Yes. Alright, we last left you guys standing outside an abandoned 7-Eleven, hoping to find a safe place to hide out for a while under the supervision of the person that Damien called the Ghoulie Man.
Yeah.
So what do we do here outside the store?
Since Kate Peretti's bleeding from the eyes, first thing I say is, "Oh, you look fucked up. What's with that?"
Don't know. Let's just ignore it for the time being.
It's not
I'm
the
not
eyes,
really
it's
in
the
control of
forehead.
Oh, is it the forehead?
Yeah, it's hands, feet, and foreheads. Forehead. Hands, feet, and forehead.
This isn't just
Okay.
my imagination, then.
I really need to eat someone.
I thought I was having a Catholic vision there for a moment.
Same.
Oh, don't joke about that. This is nothing. This is not religious in any way. This is just a side effect of me being fucking hungry. Let's just fix that. She runs up to the boarded up thing and just starts banging.
Bang, bang, on the door. Yeah, it's
Not
gonna
religious
take.
anyway. Don't read into it.
It's gonna take several moments probably before there is a reaction.
Well, on the upside, that once the Ghoulie Man looks through the peephole and sees somebody bleeding from the eyes, he's probably not going to have to ask too many questions beyond that about what's going on.
You're gonna hear someone moving towards, and I guess if, let's see now, wasn't it Charlie who has heightened senses? Yes, indeed. Are you constantly using the heightened senses right now, or not? Because that's
Probably, yeah.
toggle.
Yeah, since one of the last things they did was to escape, it'll probably be on edge.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're gonna hear
Did not
someone
expect-
before the others hear anyone, because your hearing is amazing, who is walking towards the door. You'd say probably a man. You can hear the breath in there, so it's definitely someone breathing. And by the sound the feet makes against the floor, this is not lightweight. It's probably not someone very thin. And then you hear him calling out, "Is that you, Bob?" And then a moment later, this door that used to be a door into a 7-Eleven, so it's boarded up completely, but there is a little place where you can move away the board for to peek outside, and somebody does. You can see a pair of eyes out there who's just looking out, and you are still nicely dressed, aren't you? Because you're still dressed in the same stuff you had when you went to dailies, don't you? Excuse me, folks.
Yeah, Damien sent us.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I have no idea. Who? Of course.
Yeah, the kid.
Sure.
What was it? Damien and Neo just dropped us off.
Yeah, sure. Hold on a
Neon.
moment. I'll just hold on. Just a second. And he's gonna close the thing there.
Maybe someone else could put their face forward.
Because the whole bleeding from the forehead bit looks a bit gross, doesn't it?
Sylvester definitely will, although it's probably not going to be a better sight. Better than someone bleeding.
Actually, seeing somebody bleeding, is that going to mess with anybody else who is particularly hungry?
Good question.
The sight of blood when you're hungry. You do see the sight of an open wound, don't you? And it's not an overpowering smell of blood, but it is you are seeing the blood on her forehead. That is in fact a frenzy check. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
They're all gonna kill
Sylvester
me.
is staring very heavily at
Kate.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
He's
might
at
be a good
400
idea.
right now, so he is struggling. So
Everybody
frenzy
avoids
check?
looking at Kate right now.
Do I roll a frenzy check?
I guess you do, yeah.
Okay.
Is this
You
for
should-
everybody or only to a certain degree of hunger?
Only a certain degree of hunger, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely at that point of hunger.
Yep, you are. But both of you are filled with steely resolve. You are going to resist this temptation, as hard as it is. While inside, the fellow will open the door. He's wearing parka. And just, hey, come in, you guys, come in. It's cold outside. Let's go. And he's gonna let
Yeah.
you into the place.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, it's cold, and then
Mhm.
walk in.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sylvester is gonna slink inside.
Yeah, this is indeed an abandoned store. And yeah, let's see now. He's gonna lead you through a corridor into a room where there is a desk and a few chairs and some newspaper clipping on the wall. And have a seat, you guys, have a seat.
I guess I'll have a seat.
Yeah, we'll sit down.
And at that
Oh.
point, this guy is sporting a very glorious mustache, by the way. Very glorious. And it's even turned up at the edges of his mouth. He's taken some care with that. And he has a bit of a beer belly, too. Now, you said you know someone called Damien who sent you here. And he's gonna just move his parka aside a little bit and reveal in his belt a police badge.
And what's your name?
I'm Officer John Stacy. I would like to know everything about my colleague Bob is coming any moment. I'd like to know everything about your connections to this here cult. And he's just looking, you're all busted.
All right, so Mikkel, two things. First of all, you remember my whole thing with the police, right?
Of course.
All right, good. And second of all, never mind, I completely forgot.
That's fine. You're not being actively harassed at the moment. That's a good thing.
This
I
guy
guess-
seem human?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, now I remember. What's the name of this mercenary guy that we were supposed to meet with?
Only name
The
you have
Ghoulie
is
Man.
Ghoulie Man.
Okay, Ghoulie Man. Okay then.
Yeah.
So,
Also, by the
he
way,
not-
because some of you are more alert than others in terms of your wits and alertness. No, not
Wits
wit.
and
Yeah,
awareness.
wits and awareness. I always say alertness because I don't know other games. So we have. Does anyone have an average of 3 in that? No, we have an average of 2 at best. I think.
Yeah. I have
So
4
why
dots
don't we
total.
roll and wits
And
and
I've got
alertness
5
check?
dots.
You have 5 dots, yeah. Let's go with a wits and alertness check because we're relentlessly
Aware.
evil that way.
Awareness.
Yes,
Yeah.
wits and awareness.
We're definitely going to be
Words.
alert.
What are words anyway? I don't know. There's something.
Oh, it's all Hunger Dice.
It's all Hunger
Yeah.
Dice.
All fucking Hunger
Will
Dice.
this police officer survive the night? He has no idea the danger he's in.
Yeah,
Luckily,
he has no
none
idea
of
that
you-
he's one step away from just getting completely
Vial.
mauled to death.
Yes, he is.
Luckily, no bestial failure though.
Not a single bestial failure. I'm impressed, to be honest. So,
Yeah, that was rare.
yes, we have Kate and Tony who will notice the newspaper clipping because it's so glaring. And this is what it looks like. It's not even a newspaper. It's like a rag. Like when you go to the National Enquirer or something like that in the corner store.
Huh.
Are we supposed to be seeing something?
Oh,
There we
didn't
go.
I? There we
No,
go.
no, it's weird.
Okay, good. Yeah. You can only glance at this, and I'm guessing that you can see the headline.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Officer Stacy wants to know more about your affiliations with the cult. Who are you in contact with to get here? How
Awesome.
large is this thing?
Sylvester just like cocks his head to the side, just like cult? Which cult?
Oh, come on. You said that Damien sent you. You knew this was a hideout. I'm not buying your attempt at innocence here.
Tony gives out a little chuckle, like, and just says, "What do you think you know?"
I'm the one asking the questions here, bud.
I just want context.
You just want context?
Yeah.
How's this for context? You can spill your beans here, and I might let you go if I feel generous like that. Or we can do all this down at the station. How about that?
Tony just, his smile gets even wider. I have a guess then. Do you think this cult, I say with quotation marks, is about vampires? And blood drinking?
How are we gonna approach this as you are asking him these questions? Is this... Oh, are we doing some kind of... negotiation, persuasion
Yeah.
kind of a thing? So
Yeah,
you have an average of 3 for that, so... I think you're-
Charisma, persuasion, plus negotiations.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get away with that. That's... He's like, what do you mean? Yeah, don't believe everything you read in the papers, though it is a fun piece, and he's kind of just slapping that rag
Was he
article.
not armed?
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
armed. He has a sidearm.
Yeah, he thinks that dinky little pistol is going to be enough to stop 4 vampires.
No, he doesn't know the vampires exist.
Yeah, sorry, he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know how screwed he is.
I'm more worried about Bob. I'm gonna stand up and see how he reacts to that.
Have you done anything to cover up the fact that your forehead is bleeding?
How would I do that?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. So you haven't.
I don't think I have anything that would really function.
It's just
like-
dripping a little bit from what would have been
Yeah,
the
she's
wounds
gonna
of the...
do this as like an act. She gets up shakily. Sorry. headed to someone.
No, you
I kind
sit
of got
down now.
I got a bit concussed. I'm sorry, I hit my head. I don't know. Does your friend Bob know fucking first aid? Do you have a kit with you?
Yeah, we'll get that all sorted. We'll get that all sorted. Here,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I'll help you out here. We have, and he's gonna go into a drawer and pull out a first aid kit and actually start doing first aid on you. He's gonna put a bandage over your head, around your
Great. So
forehead.
great. So this isn't a place he's broken into or raided. This is where he is.
I mean, it's
If he knows where the first aid kit in the place he's just busted into, he's been here before.
Yeah, let's see now. What do we have here for?
That is a police officer, so...
Yeah,
that doesn't give him a first aid kit sense.
no, he has clearly
A
the
random
raid didn't
cult
happen
hideout.
5 minutes ago. It must have happened. Just judging by your intelligence, Kate would probably put together one and one and go, "Oh, so they're in a stakeout here. They raided the place. You wouldn't know if it was yesterday or a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but clearly they've established themselves here. There's even like a small coffee machine. You can just brew your own coffee here, though." Wait a minute. No, I don't think there can be a coffee machine here because they don't have any electricity in here.
Yeah, they wouldn't have
So-
any power.
No, they wouldn't have any power. But
It's
there are
like,
definitely the styrofoam cups for coffee here. So they have definitely done some sitting around waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
While that happens, she's just gonna gesture behind her with her hand,
Yep.
telling people to spread out.
That's
Thank you. Oh yeah, my friend here slipped on the ice.
Yeah, you gotta be careful out there. It's cold. Again, I'm Officer Stacy. This place was raided. Recently, we got all your cults, hang-arounds, and members, and wannabes, and worshippers all wrapped up nicely down at the station. I don't know what kind of sickos you guys are. I'm not judging personally, you understand? I'm just here enforcing the law. And if you are forthcoming and tell me maybe if there is another cult group like this, do we have other places in the city? I'm fine with cutting you
no.
some kind of deal.
No, what's this about the cult? I just came here for urban exploring. I've heard about this place from this Damien kid.
Since when was freedom of religion a crime?
Oh, no, that's not a crime. It's all the animal abuse we're worried about. And also the corpse
They
you
were
had in
keeping
the
animals
basement.
here? What?
Yeah.
Who'd hurt an
Like-
animal?
Goats and stuff, and the actual corpse you had in the basement here.
They had a
Oh,
body in the
Shit,
basement?
man.
Yeah.
Oh. Sound like fucking freaks.
Sure do. And I want to know how you're connected to this shit.
Just solve her problem one way or the other.
That sounds a bit worrying.
She's gonna try to mesmerize
Hmm.
the guy. Just say, give me your gun.
Oh, yes. Of course, mesmerize
But that requires a rouse check.
is a rouse
She's at
check.
4 hunger.
Yes. This can go...
Either way, she gets her gun, or she doesn't get the gun and is about to lose hunger.
Yes. That's about the long and the short of it. Go ahead and rouse the blood to mesmerize the man.
Time to risk it for the biscuit being a gun.
Oh.
You are so hungry. This is not
Fail.
so good. Yeah, that's a fail.
So
That's
I get about halfway through the sentence, and then I'm just like, fuck it. Trying to fight him.
Huh? Yeah. I think we're witnessing a hunger frenzy here, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
So you just throw yourself at him.
That's the thing, because he's next to me with the first aid.
Yes, he is. And
Not
all
much
the
place to
blood.
dodge.
And he's gonna yelp a little bit as you just grab him, and you're gonna try to, grapple the man. which may or may not be entirely successful given how actually weak you are. So let's have a strength or dexterity brawl check here in your frenzy. He is obviously very surprised, but he's also stronger than you, so there's that.
I am hopefully catching him off guard.
Hopefully, yes.
I'm guessing most people don't expect to just have a casual conversation and then it end with a crack
Hey, I
with
can't get better than that.
No, you can't. And I'm actually just going to say that since he is surprised, he doesn't have time to react properly. Gah! And he and just goes completely limp from the kiss. And then you feel that sweet vitae streaming down your throat to give you life back, as it were. And we all know what this means. We know that this means that you have to roll now for tasting blood while at hunger 4 or higher. 3 is the difficulty for your frenzy check.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna head over to off in case things.
There still is apparently another person here.
Before things get deadly with the kiss.
Wait, what were you gonna do, Tony?
I'm gonna head over to where Kate is given the kiss and to try and pull her off once it seems like he's had enough.
Okay, yeah. Only problem for you is, but we'll get to that. Sylvester, what do you want to do? And then
I think Sylvester is gonna keep an eye out for this potential other person, just in case.
Right. And Goldtooth?
Who else is at Hunger 4 that might want to join in?
Yeah.
Me, apparently.
I'm getting to that. Goldtooth,
Yeah,
Charlie?
I guess, Charlie will also be on standby to pull them apart if necessary.
Okay, so we're gonna have Sylvester and Tony roll a frenzy check against a difficulty of 2 as you watch your friend partake of this. Okay, yeah. Some of you have absolutely... Even Sylvester can resist the beast as much as it growls inside you.
Sylvester got close.
Yeah. You're not suffering from a bestial failure or compulsion at the moment. Your voices are quiet. Isn't that nice? But yeah, Kate Peretti, will you resist the frenzy from drinking this sweet blood? Difficulty is a 3. You absolutely will not, unless you want to spend a willpower here.
No.
No.
I don't think so. She's had a real shit day.
She has. The only problem is, if you don't, that's going to be 3 stains, obviously.
But wait,
you killing him.
Tony and,
No, I'll spend the willpower. Is that 1 strike or 2 on the willpower thing for that?
It's just 1. You don't even have to do the strike, because it's going to do it automatically for you when you do a right-click and willpower reroll.
Oh, willpower reroll.
Yeah.
So I still could fail.
You could fail, yeah. You get to reroll 3 dice there. And you did! Okay, Kate Peretti is snarling, growling, tearing at that. Kate Peretti is no longer Kate Peretti. She's a beast. The beast is there, and you can all see it. And I understand that Tony, wanted to do something about this with prowess or something. What do you want to do, Tony?
Try and pull her face away, pull her jaw away, and
that's actually
is it like grabbing a cat by the scruff of the neck and it just
basically
goes limp?
Yes. That's exactly what's happening. And since we're doing hunger sated here, you are going to... I mean, you are just absolutely...
I'm trying to get every drop.
Every drop, exactly. And per 1 turn per hunger slated. That's where it's sated. Slaked. Blah, blah, blah. Per hunger slaked. Per hunger sated. What have you. You're gonna get 1 hunger sated immediately because drinking. Tony is then going to try to remove you from there, and I think that's gonna work really well unless you want to do a roll-off on it, but...
No.
Are you gonna try to do it straight away?
Yeah, he's doing it straight away, apparently. You have... Basically, it's... In terms of game mechanics, when you want to drink something really fast, so what Kate is doing because her beast has taken over, you can drain a human being in 4 turns or so. 5 turns, in fact, if you want to just drain and kill them. And that's what she's working at. And that's a matter of not a whole lot of time, where this is narrative game, so it can be seconds or like a minute or something. So Tony can try to estimate, oh, she has had a little bit now, but how interventionistic-y what do you want to be here, Tony? Do you want to rip her off that throat immediately, or do you want to let her drink a little bit but not kill the person in question?
Drink a little bit, but not kill the person in question.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to roll a wits and medicine check. You know what? You don't even have to roll, because you have 4 in that, and I think an average of 2 should be decent in this. The only thing you have to judge on... You know what? Actually, roll. Difficulty 3. Let's see. Because the only thing you have to go on is how pale this guy is. And you don't really know. That's a failure. So you are trying to judge and let her drink, and she's gonna slake 1 hunger and then 2 hunger, and then we're gonna randomize this and see how much more she gets. Kate, why don't you roll a D3? And if you roll a 3, he's dead as a doornail. And if you roll a 1, Tony has the chance to intervene.
I'll roll a D4 and just... Because I don't think the thing has a D3.
He's dead.
Yeah, he dead. You're standing by and just hoping that everything will be fine, and then you're gonna take her away, and I guess you do an oopsie there, Tony, because... Even as you're gonna try to tear her away from the wound, you will see him just, and he just reacts a bit, spasms a bit, and then he falls to the ground, and his lips are blue, his face is completely pale, and Kate feels so sated. The beast is gone. There is peace in your mind, possibly for the first time since you became a vampire, Kate.
Yeah, because Tremere don't drain them dead.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So I guess for Tony, just lets go of Kate and just says, fuck. And then he goes for the officer's wallet and gun.
At which point, Kate has the euphoria look on her face, then she looks down, she's fuck. Okay. Oh god, that was good. Okay. Maintain control.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Complete
He was
control.
a cop. He's not a person. We're all good. We're all good.
We're gonna rationalize this with ACAB.
We're gonna she is trying to brutally rationalize this with her intelligence. She is not trying to process this emotionally whatsoever.
I think Sylvester looks back for a moment, and then he just like, oh shit, and then he like keeps looking around to see if this other person is gonna show up.
Yeah,
Tony
He's a
says
bit
out
more
loud-
paranoid this time.
Yeah, Tony says while he's looting the body, I may not be the best at guesstimates.
Clearly not.
I'm so sorry. He probably had information we needed. I'm sorry. Fuck. Okay. He probably wasn't the Ghoulie Man. I hope.
Well, at
If he
least
was,
you're not
if he was,
bleeding
he
anymore.
kept up the act right to the last second.
To be fair, once you're bitten, there's not much acting you can do.
Charlie, you hear a car approaching.
Huh. That probably
Yeah,
give
so-
Tony enough
so
time
another
to...
Oh yeah, you picked up. He has probably a Glock, I would think.
Yeah, Glock.
Yeah.
Sylvester is gonna skip forwards through this entrance area and see if he can take a look outside.
Is there a back way out of this place?
That's a good question, isn't it? as it happens, I just might have.
Tony's
for
gonna
this
head
place.
towards the front while you look for a back entrance. Well, not head towards the front, but like DP at the back of the group, at near the front. So if a guy comes, I'll be the one to talk to him.
Is there like a little thingy I can peek out?
Yeah, I'd say so. And by little thingy, it's going to be like one of the boards. You just give it a side.
I guess I'll do that too. Scooch over.
Because she drained him and killed him, does that mean she loses the last thing of hunger or not?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You are not hungry at all, because it's the only way to get rid of the last hunger dot, is to drain and kill a human. And
That would be the perfect time if on the following nights you roll your rouse check successfully every time, so you stay sated for a week.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
There's a car outside rolling up as you're looking out through the board of this door. Oh, there we go. Can we see things? No, maybe not.
I don't think it's loaded yet. Or if it has,
It
it's
is
very simple.
but- Oh, I know what's happened.
Field of
None
vision.
of you have vision activated for some reason, which you should. Your tokens, that is. I'm gonna have to fix that. Sorry about that. There, now you can all see.
So the outside is here, right?
Yep.
So Charlie will be heading back trying to find another way out.
Yep.
And is the door here or somewhere in this hallway?
The door is out here.
Okay then. Oh crap. I guess I'll be waiting by the door.
That makes sense.
And I say to the other two in the room, you might want to move him.
Yeah, Kate's gonna try and lift him and prop him up on a seat with his head on the head on the table, so it looks like he's just sleeping.
Yep. The
Just sleeping, covered in blood.
There's a whole bunch of doors here in the corridor, obviously.
I'm guessing there wasn't a lot of blood. There's no blood in the scene because she drank it all, right?
Yeah, there isn't much blood on the scene at all. You've drunk it all, exactly.
Okay. That will make the illusion last a few seconds longer then.
Yep, it sure would. Oh, Charlie, you were over there. You will notice things here. How are you not noticing things? Because the door is literally ajar next to you. Oh, it's because it's so dark, but you can see everything because you have heightened senses. As you're looking in through that particular door, you will see something interesting. As I just said. Why am I repeating myself? I don't know. Who knows?
Because it's fun.
Oh, yeah, that must be why. Yeah, it's basically a hatch in the floor. Like a big stone slab. And the door itself is reinforced with metal, which no other door is here. But if there was ever a lock here, it was cut by the police. And the smallish room there it's a square section in the middle of the floor. It's a trapdoor to a basement. And it's like a mechanism, a mechanical winch and pulley to the iron handle on the trapdoor. And the trapdoor itself is a huge chunk of solid stone. But obviously it has been lifted up. And there is lantern sitting in the room. So, yeah, that's the way down to a basement of some kind, Charlie. Right here.
Is it up now? Is it up now, or does it need to be cranked up?
No, it's open. It's open. You can just... It's a square of blackness where the hole is.
I have
Did the police officer have a torch on him?
Yes, indeed. And, of course, there is a small lamp on the table that is... It's just... They've taken care to make sure that it's low light, so it's not easily seen from outside. with the place boarded up. And of course, to make everything more complicated, you will hear also at the same time as you're looking into that room, Charlie, the outside door open up and someone come in. And for the rest of you, yeah, there is someone entering. He's going, Stacy, I have, let's see now, you said strawberry jelly donuts, right? And coffee with milk and sugar.
At which point Kate will try to move behind the way the door would open. if it opens into the room, she'll hide behind it.
I'm gonna get comfy on a seat.
Sylvester?
Go in the corner and activate
Oh, the invisibility thing.
Cloak of Shadows.
Yeah.
I'm no longer here.
That's not even rouse check.
No, it's just free.
Yeah.
As long as I stand still.
I believe Tony and Kate can
Ability.
see you, but because
Yeah.
you can't vanish from there, that's a higher level
Uh,
power. But
I would-
obviously, whoever
by the
enters
way,
will
Miguel-
see you. Yep.
I would argue for these two stealth checks, since I'm definitely taking attention away from them from being near the center of the room in a seat
Sylvester
casual
doesn't
like.
have to because obfuscate. But Kate can roll a stealth check.
I would argue I would get me taking attention away from her would give her an advantage, don't you think?
Yeah, why not? I can add an extra success. Yes, you have disappeared from the world, Sylvester.
The only one who can see me are those
So,
who can see.
Apparently, yes, exactly.
Surrounding.
Unseen presence, which, as it turns out, Kate does have. But
Kate hasn't lost sight of you, but
she
still.
wouldn't have it either way because you don't have vanish. Just to be clear on the rules, unseen presence that only works for people who didn't see you before you used it. Anyone new entering the room won't see you. Tony and Katie will see you because you can't vanish from them. That's a higher level of obfuscate power. Charlie, what do you want to do?
Okay, since we may have to leave here in a hurry and never be able to come back, I'm going to check the cellar now.
All right, so you're gonna jump down into the cellar, are you?
And if I can... Oh no, I think the speed is of the essence. I was thinking maybe I'd try and do something to block the trapdoor so it couldn't be closed on top of me. But that will probably be easy enough to undo anyway, so I'll just make the most of speed and try and search this place as quick as I can.
With your strength and athletics being a 4, you can jump down into the pitch black. Your heightened senses won't work down there. You would need to have Eyes of the Beast, which is the level 1 protean power. But you will notice that it's a pretty significant fall down there, to be honest. It's not so significant that you actually injure yourself or anything like that. After all, you have a vampire's body. But, yeah, it's quite a bit down. It's probably about 20 feet up from the ground, the ceiling. So, yeah, you're now 20 feet below the ground, and you're gonna need some help to get out again. But you're down there when another officer, I'm just gonna use like a standard face here because why not, enters into the room and sees you immediately and the sleeping other guy that's
And I just say, hello, officer.
not sleeping but dead, but he looks sleeping, and he's gonna be like, what the hell? Who the fuck are you? And he's standing there with his stuff, and let's see if he notices our friend Katie. He needs 3 successes, and he doesn't. He has 2 successes.
Thank you for your assistance.
Exactly. And he's like, what the fuck is going on here? And he's looking at the very dead Stacy, but I'm not sure he's noticing that Stacy's dead, because if you just face him away...
Stacy's still got his hat on.
Stacy is lying on the table with the head looking away, but it looks sus as heck, doesn't it? He's just gonna drop everything and go for his gun.
Which point...
Wait, since I have celerity, could I reach for my gun first?
Since you have
Oh, you
celerity,
could reach
you
for his
have
gun.
rapid reflexes. You can use that to, no lack of cover against firearms attacks, and with fleetness, that's non-combat dice pools. But I'm gonna allow you to draw your gun first, yes.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
it
you
said
could be really. So you'd be really flashy and draw his gun first.
That would be flashy.
Yeah, and as I say that, I say I wouldn't do that, officer.
And he's holding his hand on the holster at that point. What did you do, Stacy, you fuck? God damn it, killing a police officer? I'm gonna send you away for life, motherfucker.
I've killed motherfuckers tougher than you. How about you take a seat over there? I say, gesturing towards a seat with my other hand.
Yeah, he'll go there. He'll sit down. He's holding his hands up. He's not messing with you.
Alright. And I say, looking towards Kate, take his glancing at Kate for a quick moment. Take his handgun and handcuff him.
At which point she'll step out.
Yeah,
and
he will
reach into
definitely
his
see her
holster.
by now.
Yeah, she'll step out from behind him, reach into his holster, or attempt to, and take his handgun and
Cuffs,
restraints.
Yep. You have them. He's not trying to resist you in any way, shape, or form. Are we cuffing him to the chair or something?
Yep.
All right.
Well, cupping his hands through the chair, sort of thing.
So he would basically have to drag the chair with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I will add gun to my equipment.
You can do that, yes. You have a gun. You have violated the law in so many ways, Kate, this night.
Yeah, why not go for a dozen?
Exactly. Charlie, you are standing there in the pitch darkness of the basement, and I have no idea what you want to do now. But you could do things while the others are dealing with a cop upstairs. You can hear them. With your heightened senses, you hear everything going on in that room.
Yeah, wouldn't I have? I'd have brought the lantern down with me because I'd know if the limits of my senses are.
Fair enough. So you light the lantern. Very well. You're gonna see a room. Very surprising. It is basically a square, about 15 feet wide. That's 5 meters square for those using SI. And it's pretty barren. On the ground in the back corner is an outline of a body. White chalk marking where a body has been found. Notably, there is no sprawling. It's not, the arms aren't out or anything. It's everything. It must have been placed very nicely there. And the only furnishing down here is a straight back wooden chair, a low table that holds a small assortment of chemistry equipment like beakers and test tubes and pipettes. Organized. All seem to be empty. Now, as you are looking around here and with your heightened senses, you can also see that in the wall, away from both the chalk outline and the table, is a drawer recessed into the wall. It's like a secret drawer, basically. And while you are looking over the room there, let's see what happens with Tony and the others.
Alright. I guess after the officer is handcuffed, I say, I guess you can ask Bob here those questions you were supposed to ask what's his face.
Yes. I'm sorry. You didn't have to be quite so rough with him. And she's gonna start interrogating. She's gonna play the good cop
Yeah.
to
Didn't
Tony's
happen.
bad cop.
Yeah, this guy, he's looking at now right into the very pale face of his once colleague and noticing the paleness of the man. But there's no wounds on him that he can see. That's nice.
Does the whole closing of the wounds thing work after they're dead?
I guess it does.
Great.
Maybe he was just poisoned. Who knows?
Even if it
Good coffee.
doesn't, I don't think he would see the wound because of how he's positioned on the table.
I feel bad for the poor coroner that's going to have to do the autopsy on this dude. They're going to be
How
so
the
confused.
hell did this happen? Yeah.
Not a drop left, but also not an exit wound of any kind.
Nope. It's just
Okay. So-
Corner looking at this body like I am going to kill myself.
What was this? What was this officer's name? Sorry.
Bob. That's all you know about
Hi,
this
Bob.
guy.
She's gonna say, "Hi, Bob. Sorry, you're in a bit of a delicate situation here. I understand you might be a bit stressed. Your friend
He's
wasn't
staring
very
at you
contrite
defiantly.
with the answers to a few questions, but I'm sure you'll be very friendly and amenable. Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yeah, tell me about your investigation.
Fuck you.
Are you sure you want that to be your answer?" And she looks over towards.
I think he is. Let's see now. I'm gonna roll a check here. If I roll with a single die, if I roll high, this guy is so filled with anger that he's gonna defy you in any way, shape, or form. If I roll low, he's actually a bit of a coward and doesn't want to die tonight. I have no idea.
Also, just looking at these police officers from my little hidden spot, do any of them have police radios?
Yes, there is in fact one sitting there in the corner on the floor. It's gotta be hooked up to a battery. No, he doesn't have a police radio in here. No, they come with batteries in the 90s, don't they? They must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume the
Hey,
technology is
we're gonna
developed
retcon
later
it and
on,
say
whereas,
it was the mages who did it.
Yes, clearly. So yes, there's gonna be a battery-powered radio there.
It's essentially like a walkie-talkie almost.
Yeah, it's a police radio. They have the handle for it that you would see in the car and everything.
I'm so glad mages exist in the same universe because now whenever we get the technology slightly wrong, we can just say mages did it.
Mages fucked up the timeline.
Clearly.
They did a little bit.
Mages made the iPhone 6.
Yeah,
Of course
in
they did.
1963.
That was the technocracy. You will find out when we play Mage 1 Fine Day. I love the
Okay.
technocracy.
Yeah, I don't know how that response works.
He's gonna be like,
"Look, you seem like a clever man. You want to go home.
there's
You have
cold
family?
sweat coming out of his forehead at this point.
We just want the information you have, and if you give it to us willingly and accurately, we will disarm you and take away. Obviously, we've taken away your radio. We'll take away everything you've got, and you'll be left here. That's the best case scenario for you right now. But it's not a bad scenario. And as long as you stay inside for a few hours, you
All right, I'll talk. Damn it, what do you want to know? God damn it.
As I said, the details of your investigation and what you guys found here.
We found a dead body, okay? Lieutenant Brick
Description?
sent us down here to stake out the place. Goddamn cult. Satanic. Clearly. We had reports, anonymous tips coming in. Satanic cult. Sacrificing animals. So we had at least animal abuse. Had to check it out. And then Lieutenant Brick, he didn't tell us everything. I'm just a goddamn sergeant.
So this Lieutenant Briggs you didn't get any other details? Were you here for the raid?
No, I came later. He was here with uniforms. We were just supposed to sit here and sit on the place in case any other cultists came. But
Wow.
nobody's come in at least 24 hours, so we figured it was all done.
And you didn't catch any people in your raid?
Oh, half a dozen cultists.
Were they confused? Did they look strange?
No, they're fanatic fucking nutcases, all of them. They're all dead.
They're all
Killed-
dead.
Yeah, all killed themselves.
In custody?
Yeah. That's what they
Well,
say
not
anyway.
into
I haven't
custody.
seen.
At this, Tony just burst out laughing.
Like a dozen people killed themselves in
No, a
police.
dozen, half a dozen.
Oh, I'm sorry. 6 people kill themselves in police custody over 24 hours, and that doesn't require a second look, a question to the higher-ups? Even
I
a
don't know.
glance at what
You'd
may
have
have
to
happened?
ask Lieutenant Brick about that. I've been on the stakeout here.
Likely.
No.
What do you think, my friend? I'm just gonna look to Tony.
I think this guy's a real hoot.
We found a body here too.
Yeah, you've said. I'm guessing they're at the morgue?
I think so. You'd have to ask Lieutenant Brick.
And what precinct is he from?
Yeah, he'll give you the precinct. Freaky fucking thing, that.
What about it?
It's a joke of the station right now, isn't it?
That you arrested a corpse?
No. The freaky... I guess it was some kind of mummy or something they used for their worship. I don't know. It was, like, super hard and... Yeah. Must be a mummy. That it was weird, though, because it wasn't really decayed like other mummies, but I don't know. Heart of stone, anyway. That's what they say.
We'll have to look into that.
Press is having a field day with it, and he's just looking at the newspaper article that's sitting on the wall.
You guys seem to have made yourself quite at home after only 24 hours.
What about it?
Does this ring any bells to me in the occult sense?
Oh, that's a good
I'm
question,
just
isn't
thinking
it?
they've got a vampire they raided during the day. They've collected a vampire while they were slumbering.
That's what I was thinking too.
It
I
could
mean, the
be,
vampires
definitely.
woke up in the morgue.
It could be. Heart of stone could be someone powerful with lots of fortitude, or someone who put all their dots into fortitude. Basically.
Could I try and do an occult roll?
Sure, you have occult up the wazoo, don't you?
Yeah, it's
You don't
7
even have
dice.
to roll it. Yeah. In this system, basically, when you don't have to roll it, don't roll, because then you don't provoke the beast, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you would say he's describing it as stone hard, which could be lots of fortitude. It could also be any number of other things.
It
You
could
would
be
rule
another-
out werewolf.
There's a bunch of supernatural stuff.
Yeah, you would rule out a werewolf, because they generally don't... As far as you
They
know,
don't sleep.
they are human or wolfy, and that's about it. You probably don't know the details that much. If you want details on each of the different supernatural splats of this world, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll, because that's 5 or something in difficulty, right?
Do I think it's anything? Do I think there's a possibility that it's anything other than a older vampire? Does
Off the
anything
top of
stand
your
out in that
head?
description?
Off the top of your head, no. You would, and given the journalist, like the newspaper article about Animal Man, that sounds like maybe an elder gangrel?
Okay, so something that definitely shouldn't be in a morgue.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Depending on the timeline of this, the other thing I was thinking it could be, this could have been the stolen prince who was brought here and stashed,
that's
and
true.
the police got him.
Timeline does match. Speaking
That's
of
interesting.
Goldtooth Charlie, you are down there in the basement, and you just saw that wall recess, as well as the beakers and whatnot. So what do we want to do down here?
I will. What would it be to try and, if I can figure out what the lab equipment was being used for?
Oh, that would be... Let me think. Science? Yeah, science. Your intelligence science average is a 2, which is basic, shall we say, probably not college level chemistry, but definitely advanced high school level. You could do whatever like a high school teacher does in terms of showing off for their students, you could probably do. I'm not sure you would be quite as talented as Walter White of Breaking Bad fame, but because that's probably more chemistry. But you can do some basic stuff with it. And looking over the set here, it's a complete chemistry set. You would need some gas to light the heaters, the gas flame heaters that you would need as accelerants sometimes for some experiments.
Bunsen burners.
Yeah, Bunsen burner, exactly, thank you. And you would need just the raw materials, because all these things are empty, so you don't actually have anything to mix here or do chemistry with. But this tool set, aside from those things, would definitely allow you to do some nice chemistry experiments. There might be some residue left in some of the beakers and sample tubes and whatnot, but you would not be able to identify what's in them without doing some work yourself, and that's going to take a good deal of time.
Right. Put that on hold for the time being. I will open the secret drawer, but standing off to the side so in case it's booby trapped, I don't get a double barrel shotgun in the chest or something.
So you don't get boobied.
Exactly. That is... You are not getting trapped. You are pulling out this stone drawer, and inside is something wrapped. It pulls out very smoothly, and there's a satin cloth inside, and it's rolled up. It's containing something.
Put it on the table and unroll it.
Yeah, you are unrolling that, and when you're finally done unrolling it, you will find a vial with, the most beautiful, glistening, ruby red, thick juices rolling inside it, even swirls of raw power. Vitae. But what kind of vitae? Who knows? Back upstairs, we have Tony and Kate interviewing Bob. What else do you want to ask him?
He doesn't seem to know much. How long has this interrogation gone for?
A few minutes.
In that case, it might be a good idea. We should probably leave him alone.
Before we do that, Tony actually has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I call it, and basically I go over to the officer, I cover his eyes with my hand, and I say, Sylvester, come over here.
So you cover his eyes, then say someone's name.
Yep.
Yes, I'll.
Now
appear
you're part of this,
mysteriously.
Sylvester.
Yep, the
Be
police
so careful
officer
not
will
to
know a
mention
name.
names.
Yep. And I say
which-
to Sylvester, and I say to Sylvester, you have a way of forget Sylvester?
Are you covering his eyes?
Yep. But
Yeah.
yes, Sylvester does have a way of... Yeah.
So does
The
Kate.
current moment in the last few minutes, which is enough to mask
Yeah.
a superficial feeding or a chance meeting. I
Yeah.
think you've gone a
So-
little bit too far for a chance meeting, to be honest.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about feeding on him.
Oh, yeah, that could work. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Sylvester
Oh, yeah,
will
you guys are hungry.
sneak up behind this guy.
Yeah, you are.
least
You're
you
gonna
know.
bite him from both of you, each from one side.
Kinky.
Yes, it is.
Sharing a meal.
Sharing a meal. And yeah, why don't we roll
Kate was
for...
such a glutton. Didn't share. I'm sorry.
All right, damn. Okay, then.
Wow.
So I...
The beast inside you goes, yeah, it's not gonna do anything to you. But how about
Yeah,
Sylvester's
I
beast?
basically just
Hmm?
tell it mentally, shut up.
Yep, that's exactly what you do. How about Sylvester's beast, though?
think I will bite.
Oh.
Oh no.
I'm gonna willpower that.
Huh?
Hope you did better than
You
I
need
did.
2 more successes to control yourself here.
Oh, there you go. 2 more
And
successes.
you have them. So both of you feel the growl in the back of your mind, but Sylvester, it takes a little bit longer for you to get control over that beast, but you do get control over that beast. How much are we gonna slake our thirst here? It's not gonna be terribly easy because there's 2 of you.
Since they're
I guess
sharing the
it's,
same meal, I think I'll just take 1 dot of hunger.
yeah, I think that's gonna be it for
I'll
both
take
of
a
you.
dot of hunger as well, just one.
Yeah, so
That puts us both at 3.
yeah,
That's
you're
good.
back at 3, both of you, and you can just break that contact and go, oh, that was good. That helped. That took the edge off. Definitely.
That was one incredible luncheon.
Yeah, and I think,
At which point, Kate's going to look over at him and just say, forget, as she uses cloud memory.
yeah, he's gonna forget about that completely. Clearly, he was just a bit drunk that night. It kicked in a little bit later than he thought.
All right.
What is
Well,
Charlie doing downstairs with that vial you just found?
Any way to get a sense of what sort of blood it is without just chugging it straight down?
No. No, you cannot. As it turns out, neither can anyone else because Kate Peretti did not take Taste for Blood as her blood sorcery.
No. He
Very
got
sad.
corrosive vitae.
Yep. You can... I don't know. If you would know if it's human blood, if drink it, or if it's vampire blood. Drinking the blood or tasting the blood would tell you if it's human or vampire. And if it's vampire, you will get a general sense for how strong it is. And what I would tell you is it's as strong as your sire's blood, or it's the strongest blood you ever drank, or something like that. I'm not going to say, this is blood potency 5, or something like that. I'm not going to give you any numbers.
yes. And this guy had 3 testicles, obviously.
Clearly, yes. No, that's the level of detail you need Tremere blood magic for.
Yeah, you're not pulling off like some wine tasting bullshit with it.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
Not
There's
yet.
a special power for that.
But it is, just looking at this vitae, Charlie, you've never seen anything so tempting. There is a little bit of beast there in the back of your mind going, drink, drink. It's not so much that you can't resist it. You definitely can. Certainly at your hunger level. But, that beast. You've never felt that call of the beast from just looking at blood before.
Oh, so it's powerful.
What do we want to do?
Obviously, let's just take the...
I'm asking Charlie here about the
sorry.
vial. Yeah.
We'll just pocket the vial for now, and we'll take some of the lab equipment as well, just to see if we can learn anything from it further, and just do a final look around the room to see if there's anything else.
Very well. And with that, I think we are at an excellent place to take a break for 5 minutes. And then we'll be back with more from Chicago by night. Because this ain't over yet, folks.
Yes.
They really cooked with this campaign so far.
Yes. We'll be back in a moment.
We'll be back in 5. So we're back, and we have to thank Uterus for the follow. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway,
Yes. Welcome,
we are
welcome.
back in Chicago,
You will be
aren't we?
spared when Gehenna arrives.
Yes. Actually, I think we're not back in Chicago, my friends. I think we are in London. In an airport hangar, to be precise. That's where in 1969, where a very conscientious, what's the word I'm looking for? Customs officer is looking towards the extra suitcase and the weird wooden box that you have brought with you and wants to know more. Who is this suitcase here? Does Rourke want to comment on Suitcase?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna pull up Rourke's sheet
Yep.
just in case. Where
Well,
are we?
good thing I have cloud memory just in case.
It's helpful. At which point I would just say, "That's mine, of course." You think I could enter this country without at least bringing over some finer culture?
If you would care to open it, obviously the suitcase in question is Loden's. It's going to be Loden's.
Yes. I don't know what's in. I also don't know what's in there, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. It's. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
even know how to open the case, do you, or do you not? I don't know.
I think that'd be up to you.
You should be able to, I think. Yeah.
If not,
Yeah.
I guess Jillian will help.
Here's the thing, like I should be trusted enough to be able to open a
Yeah, I
suitcase.
think so. So you are opening the suitcase, and it's going to be
Yeah.
a bunch of change of clothes for the prince,
Wait.
including
okay.
twin-tailed tuxedos, his white collar. Yes. No, what is it called? The white tie is what it's called. The bow tie is supposed to be white when you have a twin-tailed collar. Yeah, there we go. And all sorts of other very nice clothes. And oh, very good. Yes. Now about this wooden box here. And he's going up towards it. Would you mind opening it for me, please? Of course, this is daylight now. And if you do open it, someone is going to get very grumpy.
Also, like isn't it a crate? Like it's a coffin in a crate, right? Or is it just a coffin?
If you kept the crate that the coffin was in, then it's a crate in a coffin. But
Yeah. Which means we can't really open it.
oh, you've in fact sealed it up again with nails and everything. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't have the means to open it, but here are the paperwork that you can put forward from American Customs.
Oh, really? Yes. Let me have a look at it. Yes. He's gonna look at the paperwork, which Julian, no doubt, has prepared with all due diligence, right?
Yep.
Once upon a
See how
time, I
well
think it
you
was in like first edition or something, there was a skill called bureaucracy, which would have been perfect for this moment. But we don't have that anymore because nobody ever used it. So with your intelligence levels, you have filled out all the paperwork perfectly. So it's going to be very well. I suppose it's all in order. Thank you very much. And he's going to sign off on everything. And very good. Enjoy your stay in the United Kingdom, I hope. And yes, a pleasure. He did not
Of
think
course.
this was a pleasure. He did not think this was a pleasure at all.
That's fine. He doesn't matter.
No. All right. I guess we're gonna drive everything in the car that has been booked for this occasion, including the box that's gonna be loaded into the back of the car, all the way to the hotel that you have booked. And that's not gonna be a very complicated journey. What is your next step here as we're entering London properly?
The two steps we got was contact the Queen of London for permission and
Yep.
then go to the auction.
Indeed.
Is the auction happening today?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I believe you said it was.
Yep, I did say that.
Fair enough. In that case,
Just as we were Just as we were coming out, just as we were wrapping up at the airport, just as you'd finished off convincing the custom official, Derek finally finished up setting the plane to cold and dark and just came out just in time to walk past the customs official because this kind of hassle isn't his style.
No, definitely. He would be bored out of his
Cram in
wits.
your style, Derek.
All right, so we are going to. Let's say that we're going to a hotel room then. It's not dark outside yet, but
We've still got to. Oh wait, no, we can't contact the Queen during daylight anyway.
you can,
She's
because
also a
there's
vampire.
going to be. You would assume that she would have ghouls too, no?
Fair. I guess we'll put forward the number that we were given.
Very good. Yeah, there's going to be a warm voice answering the phone saying, "Your business, please."
We are speaking on behalf of Prince Loden, and he is requesting the permission to partake in your lovely country before a meeting tonight.
Excellent. Yes. Her Highness gladly extends such a permission to her most welcome guest. There is only one stipulation. Please, do not feed in the theater district.
Understood.
Welcome to London, sir.
And we'll hang up.
Yep.
Simple.
And that was reasonable, just asking us to stay out of the theatre district. If we'd been banished to south of the river, that'd have been a grievous insult.
I guess I don't know enough about London.
I literally know nothing about London except that it's infested with British people.
Something the Thames.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Stay out of the Thames.
Is
Will
there
not jump
nice
in the
things?
Thames.
I don't know. All right. How are we organizing this day? You've gotten the box put into, I guess, a very dark room in the hotel suite. You obviously have one of the finest suites in the hotel and a brilliant view over the Thames and downtown London. I'm sure that you are in the central part of the city where you can see Parliament Building and the Big Ben and all of that stuff. Very nice. And double-decker buses. This is cool Britannia where the Beatles is still active. Yeah. The group is still active somewhere. I think
Yeah,
Amber is like, oh man, do you think I can see the Beatles? Or the Stones? That would be so awesome.
No, we have a mission to complete.
Yeah, but why not business and pleasure?
No. Once we finish this, that's another thing, but you first have to keep focused.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously. Do we know the location of the auction?
Yep, it's very close to Piccadilly Square, as it turns out.
Are we expected to stay with Loden until he wakes up? Or are we expected to go to the auction?
The auction will start at 11 a.m. Someone's gonna have to go there.
Fair.
He did tell you to go there, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's telling us to go there, but who's gonna protect him?
That's a good question, isn't it? I have a feeling you might want Natasha to stay behind because she's the bodyguard.
So, yeah. I'm gonna say that Julian asked to head with Rourke. Do you mind if I head with you to this auction?
Of course. Your skills will help with the negotiations.
Amber
you.
will be all like, can I come too? I just want to get out in town. Though Derek will go to bed, obviously. So
Shut up, Ringo.
because Derek is just gonna walk and fall flat into the bed because he's been on watch for 12 hours.
That is true.
Probably
I think
just-
it's best if you stay with Natasha.
Okay.
You are quite excitable, especially around crowds.
Yeah, but
What time is it currently? Because the Andrew's saying it's 1:15 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
Since it
That's
was
because in
daylight when
1991 it is. Now it would be around 9-ish in the AM, I would say. You've all been awake since basically dawn, slightly before probably. And so you have a few hours under your belts already, but none of you have been awake as long as Derek, who is probably crashing into a bed right now. Yeah, guys, I'm out. I don't know. Roger.
It's a very
what-
nice bed.
What is Derek doing? Unless he's... You can force yourself to stay awake longer if you want to, but...
No, Derek will be sleeping.
I bet. Yeah, he crashes into a bed. Julian wants to go with Rourke. Rourke has ordered Amber to stay behind with Natasha, and Natasha staying behind to guard the prince, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just so Natasha's not on her own,
Yeah.
because that's quite a dangerous position. She'd like... not that there's anything wrong with Derek, but he's currently unconscious.
Yes,
So not
he
much
is
help if
unconscious.
something goes wrong.
The prince, if something does go wrong, he can wake up.
Yeah, as a
Theoretically.
vampire, you can wake up during the day. It's just very hard. And you are going to be sluggish and not very effective at anything. Also, sunlight is a problem. Yeah, Julian and Rourke, you're going down to an auction house. It's going to be an absolutely handsome place. Very old world. As you're going through Gothic London, you can hear the gong from the Big Ben across the city, and it's probably even some, for us, tourist traps. There's some horse-drawn taxis still around. The type of taxis that Sherlock Holmes would have taken once upon a time. But there are also the other very typical London taxis, and hippies exist here too, because Beatles, man.
Yeah.
Far out.
Now the Beatles.
Yep, they're all about the Beatles.
Is this the height of the Beatles fever?
It's slightly after the height of the Beatles fever. The
Slightly
Beatles have
after.
a couple of years left in them. They split in 71. So I think it's the start of the Yoko Ono era. And they have all very long hairs now and beards and
I
stuff.
forgot. When was What's-His-Face shot by that random dude for no reason?
John Lennon, yeah, that's in 1980.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
It's so hilarious, if fucked up, that the guy who shot him did it for literally no reason. He just woke up one day and chose violence.
He had read The Catcher in the Rye and he was going to save the youth from John's horrible... Yeah, whatever.
Well, to be fair, the Beatles do.
So...
Also, to be fair, The Catcher in the Rye is a truly awful book.
It's weird that the book inspired two murders. It's like, why? I never...
Multiple? Oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's such a strange thing because despite how much time the character in it spends wandering around New York, it's still an incredibly claustrophobic book.
anyhow, we are going to be... Oh, what's happening here with my machine? There we go. Okay. We're going to be at the auction house, which is a handsome place and old world atmosphere. You have dark interior, silver eating utensils, nice drinking goblets. A little bit of a... You'll have your proper music here. Yes, we're in a classy place now.
And metal snakes on the roof.
Yes, why not? You need to have some Andy Warhol influences. Cool Britannia, I'm telling you. It's a weird mix. Yeah, you are going to... It's a lunchtime here, so you can have a bite to eat, and I'm sure both Julian and Rourke are pretty hungry. You can see the viewing area where all the items for the auction, they're displayed under glass cases. It's... Everybody's smoking, because it's 1969. And what do we want to do here with the auction so far? We're looking at the things... The Admiral
yeah.
Turney Journal.
I think we'd probably try to stay away from that to not draw attention to it too much.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you don't want to cause other people to become interested in it.
Fair enough, yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it just to make sure that it's actually there. We'll walk past it, but other than that, we'll try and see what else is available.
Oh, there are all sorts of items. Strangely themed, like a navy theme going on here, with some paintings of the old wooden ships. Ships of the line of the Napoleonic era. Some the old cannonballs. There's going to be an actual cannon from the era. And also some more modern stuff from like the Great War and such. It's a definite naval theme here. You can buy yourself a uniform if you want. Yeah.
Fair enough. Do we have... Can we tell if this is just a normal human auction, or doesn't appear to be anything supernatural out of place?
How would you identify something supernatural here, I wonder?
Nothing's overtly supernatural.
No. You do have a little bit of occult going for you there, Rourke. Nothing is obviously supernatural.
Okay. Then he'll treat this normally.
Yep.
And make sure he's registered with the auctioneer.
Of course.
Get one of those little hand sign things.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think Julian feels in a good place here, don't you? Look at this place.
Besides the fact that he's being played by a red-blooded American and wretches whenever he sees a British person.
Yeah,
besides that, he's doing pretty
down, El Duende. You have a
Rourke
literal
probably
British
asked
person by the table. Anyway.
Rourke would definitely ask Julian if there was any way, if he knew anything about appraisal, or if he knew a good judge of the worth of this item.
That's a good question, Mikhail. So I have...
You have some financing going on for you.
Yeah.
Though you are not... This is actually more an academics thing, not a finance thing. Because you're going to evaluate an art object. So,
Intelligence academics is pretty good on my part.
It's good. Yeah, you know it's a book from the Great War. You can read it in the description of the item, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Can't be too expensive. Maybe for collectors it fetches a little bit more, but what you have should be more than sufficient.
Yeah.
And how much do we have?
You have $21,000 bills and $2,100 bills, and obviously you would have gone through the currency exchange at the hotel to get it converted to pounds.
Yeah.
But
money.
Yeah, you would have... That's
$20,000
in 1969. That's a lot of money. That's like carrying around like 200,000 today.
Okay.
So it's a lot. You have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, in that case...
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, in that case, we'll just try to mingle a bit and then take our seats for the auction.
Indeed. You can see that the bidding actually will start at £2,000 sterling. Which is a lot for the time, but you certainly can cover it. How much do you have actually? 20,000 American dollars at the time converted?
It's weird that the book doesn't convert it.
Yeah, exactly.
For you. That would just be helpful knowledge. It tells you how many bills you have, but not the total amount or its conversion.
I think the US dollar today is much... The pound is actually much weaker today than it used to be. But I'd put it to about 10,000 sterling. 10,000 pounds that you have right now.
I wonder why it's so much weaker nowadays. I wonder what happened.
Nobody can know. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was about a 2-to-1 exchange rate. But yeah, the auction will start, and first comes one item, and then comes another, and so on. And you're sitting there, and
would etiquette business be good? Like with a business specialty, be good for an auction?
For an auction, that's a good question, isn't it? I feel like it's almost more an insight thing, really, because you're playing a bit of poker against the others. As a finance guy, you would know what collector's items to invest in. Oh, Picasso is huge nowadays. It's a rock-solid investment, so...
Not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Not going anywhere.
Got it.
In this case, I guess we'll just try to bid normally, not too aggressively.
Yeah.
If we come across a bidding war, Rourke will turn on Daunt.
Oh!
Try to stare down the opponent.
It starts at 2,000, and
That's a 2-5 then.
yeah, and there is apparently some naval historians in this group who are interested in this kind of book, and they will make a counter bid, 3,000 pounds,
4,000.
3,500.
That's less than 4,000.
Oh, 4,500. Dang it.
And they are escorted from the room for being too drunk.
Yep.
I like the thing that actually happened in game that he said that accidentally and that were corrected him.
Someone is bidding slightly more, yes.
Yeah, at which point, since they seem to be trying to outbid him, because he wants to save Loden money as
Yep.
well. Like, this is Loden's money. So he will try to glare at the person with intimidation.
Glaring. And you have all the intimidation in the world. You're not
I'm pretty
taking
sure
half
I
on
get,
this
I get
one.
9 die.
Yeah, that's a 4 taking half. They will relent. And yeah, there is at this point we're at like 5,000 pounds, and someone, the auctioneer, is going, a new bid from the gentleman in the lavender tie. Yeah.
Try to track where the fuck that is.
Lavender or lavender?
Lavender.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. My accent again. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I unironically thought lavender for a second was something I'd never heard of, so I was just making sure.
No, lavender, yeah.
I was
In
thinking
other
for a
languages, it's
second
called
it was like
lavender.
some-
You will see a gentleman who has a perfectly coiffured hair swept backwards, standing in a 3-piece suit with a lavender tie, and he's smirking a bit, and he is entering a bid of 9,000 pounds.
Fuck him.
That asshole.
He's just smiling at you.
Does he seem to... Is it like a knowing smile? Does he seem... Is he confident money or supernatural confidence?
Yeah, it's hard for you to tell.
That's fair.
But he is just
Julian.
looking at your wits and insight. It's hard to read him because you don't have that much. Maybe
yeah.
Julian can read him. Let's see. No. Julian can't read people at all. An account
Yeah.
book, yes. The stock market, easy. People, what are they?
No. Do you want me to roll or?
Feel free
Julian
to.
may be a little bit autistic, gang.
Maybe, yes. That could be. You might be autistic if you. Yeah. I said the autistic game master. Why don't
So
we
was that-
roll some? There is no risk of beasts here, so we can definitely roll things. I want 3 successes from your wits and insight. That's 2
Actually, I
successes.
can re-roll that.
You can spend a willpower, yes.
And I've got so much willpower.
You do. So look at you go. Yeah, it's a knowing smile. He is definitely trolling you in some way.
Yeah, he's either a Canite or a ghoul like us, totally.
No, definitely not a K-Night. This is 1 p.m. in
Oh
the
wait, oh my
afternoon.
god, I forgot. Daylight. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm-
daylight.
This is representative of some other asshole
Yes, it might just be.
who Loden may have incorrectly handshaked 3 decades ago. So yeah, I guess he won't try. It's not that he'll try to.
He loaded
Yeah,
told
he'll
you
raise
to
it.
buy this.
9-5.
Yeah, okay, 9-5. He
'Cause
relents.
all we have is 10K.
He relents and steps back. You have this suspicion that he's not relenting and stepping back because he's scared of you.
Yeah,
He is
no, that's the
stepping
thing. I didn't
back.
try to intimidate him. I was just like, I'm just gonna use the wallet as a bludgeon.
Yep. And it succeeds. 9-5, which is most of the money that Loden gave you. Going once,
Almost everything.
going twice, going 3 times. And yeah, there you go. It's yours. The book is yours.
Yeah. I guess since it is ours, we're going to just assume that works, and I guess he's gonna try and find out who this person is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might be a thing you can do. You have no idea, and people around there say also that they have no idea.
I guess we'll try to talk to him then. Unless he vanishes into the crowd after
Oh,
the
he
auction.
does vanish into the crowd, absolutely. Does anyone want to try to pursue him? Rourke, Julian?
I don't think Julian has. Julian's built like a potato. I don't think he can get him even if he tried.
Rourke will try to pursue him, but not like in a menacing way. In just a friendly rivalry sort of thing.
Fair enough.
So she's not going to start sprinting in the middle of the auction house.
That makes sense. This guy is good at disappearing.
So with this wits awareness,
Yes, please.
Wow, amazing.
You are gonna need 6 successes on this one. You don't have 6 successes on this one.
gonna reroll that.
You can.
Why not? When you've got a ridiculous amount of willpower.
Yes. Yeah, Rourke is a bit stubborn. Yeah,
Ah,
still not enough.
It's a shame.
Yeah, you
I
lose
was
him in
hoping
the
for
crowd.
another crit. That would have done it.
Yeah, yep. You lose him in the crowd, though, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Very
When you've
well.
got 8 willpower, flaunt it.
The
We collect the book and return to Loden then.
indeed, you have your cat. Do you want to? Because there's 2 ways you can do this, given just how much cash you would have to part with here, in case you need cash for anything else. You could arrange, like Julian is standing right next to you, for a wire transfer to buy the book with wire transfer money instead. The drawback with that would be that you would have to pick up the book after 7 p.m. when the wire transfer has gone through. Because
I think we were given the money specifically for the book. That seems like the correct approach. No need to risk it.
it's a bit of a risk. You can try it.
It's a risk in not following Loden's instructions as he gave them.
Yeah, fair. On the other hand, if he needs cash for anything else during the evening, which you have no idea, then you'll stand there not having cash on hand. So there's that.
That's also a risk, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Julian, what do you think?
Yeah, you have to make a decision on this one.
You are the finance person.
You are the finance person.
I'm gonna say that Julian really doesn't like the idea of possibly losing the book and having to answer to Loden for that, so would rather just not have money right now.
Alright then, so I guess Julian is going to make a wire transfer from the hotel to get more cash to you here, like in London, so you'll just have to be a bit low on cash this first night?
Yeah.
It's
To
gonna
be fair, we can do a wire transfer from a bank, can't we?
Absolutely.
To
yeah,
collect
yes.
money directly from a bank?
It's 1969, so wire transfers are not instant. They're not even instant today. If you're seriously moving money from a bank to across countries, it can take a couple of days, even in 2024. But you guys have gold star treatment because Loden is loaded. See what I did there? I'm sure it wouldn't take more than a day for you to get money across the puddle.
Maybe it's just a good idea to start that process regardless.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a good idea to start that process.
Maybe we split the party,
Party's already split.
The party is... Yes, exactly.
split it even further, have Julian deal with the bank stuff, with wire and all that. Well, you, I don't know, do work things.
While Julian is doing all of the bank stuff, Natasha is probably bored in a hotel room. Aren't you?
Yup.
Yep. There was not even a question. You and Amber, in fact, are bored in a hotel room.
I guess we have just. Is this Prince crate with us in the hotel room? Where is this thing?
What was that?
The crate that houses the prince temporarily.
It's gonna be... You don't just have a single room, obviously. You have a whole suite of rooms. He would have the master bedroom, and other beds are for you guys. You're not like plebeians having a single room here. What do you think? He's loaded.
But his crate that he arrived in is like in the suites. Is that what?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm suspecting you put it in a walk-in closet or a bathroom of some kind.
A room that has no sunlight.
What was that?
A room with no sunlight.
It's not. What was that? Is it night? No, it's middle of the day.
A room with no sunlight.
A room with those. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I didn't. I don't know why my ears aren't working as they should. My apologies. Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be away from any type of windows though. Ensuite bathroom. I don't know if that's very dignified, but other than that, you could have a walk-in closet where you could put him. That could work.
That will work.
Yeah. And it's you and Amber, and you're hanging out, and she's being like, "Hey, Natasha, what are we doing today?" She's gonna basically put the TV on. I don't even know if the TV has anything on in the UK in 1969. Roger, do you know if the TV had anything on in 1969? In the middle of the day?
The 2 or 3 channels.
Okay.
I mean, I guess there's something on the BBC, right? That's the main channel.
Yep, she would be like, "Oh, I just love the accent. It's so quaint," when she's putting on.
Yes, of course you do.
Of course.
But we are to watch the Princess Suite for any potential dangers, at least until the night when the prince is awake.
Yeah, sure, but seriously, that's like your job, she says, and just chews a bit on her hair.
And we should throw Amber out the window.
I mean, I'll be between if I have to, but I'm a lover, not a fighter, Natasha. You know that.
She just sighs. If you're that bored, go stop by the cafe in the lobby or something.
You know what? How about some food, right? We need to eat something. Room service. They got room service, right? She will call down for some food. What do you want, Natasha? What do you want, Nat? You want, I don't know, what do you even eat around here? What's like a big English thing to eat? I don't know.
Mushy peas!
Please do not order the fish and chips. I do not want it to stink up the hotel room.
She definitely orders the fish and chips. Yeah, you're gonna grate on each other's nerves there for a while. When obviously there will be a ding dong on knock, I'm gonna say, on the door to the suite. And Amber will go and I'll get it, and she has thrown off her shoes. She's basically barefoot with her hippie dress and just trotting over there and opening the door. And as she does this, the waiter is suddenly pushed out of the way, food everywhere, and a guy comes right in through the door and punches her really hard in the face.
Wait, it punches who?
What was that?
Punches who?
Amber. Just punches Amber.
Okay, it's time for guns up.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good old punch here, aren't we?
Amber's doing her job, taking the first hit.
She did not realize that she would have to do
That's
this.
why Loden hired her.
That's not why Loden hired her at all.
No,
She
but
is
now
being
Natasha
distracted.
has an action where she's not just been punched in the face.
Exactly. So, yeah, there we go. This is gonna be intense, I'm pretty sure. Bam. Poor Amber is absolutely not ready for this. So she takes a lot of damage, basically. Her face is a mess as she falls backwards.
Lethal body.
Oh yeah. She's just basically flung into the room and just lying there, and her face is a broken mess as this guy comes in. And what do you do, Natasha?
Shoot him!
It's time to get shooting.
Yes, I'm shooting. Yes, we like that. So I guess
Natasha kind of
Dick's
like very
firearms.
quickly pulls out her firearm as she's previously been sitting in a corner of the room on a chair. She springs to action.
All right, roll your dex and
That's a
firearms. You have a
motion.
hip shot specialty. Bang!
Ah,
I don't know why.
Do you
but-
have a silencer?
I don't think so.
Suppressor.
No.
Yeah. You could have a
Does she
suppressor
have a
on it.
suppressor?
It's possible.
Uh,
Custom built holster for it and just.
Was
you know.
that Dex and firearms?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Ah.
Hip shot, sure.
I'm guessing it's customized 1911 since that was what's really popular at the time. That or PPK.
That's a lot of successes, and of course, a gun gives extra damage. Ow! Lots of. How much extra
Completely
is it
popped
from
his ass.
Yeah, how much extra is it from a gun again? Remind me.
Not a
I
lot.
think it's also a penalty to your dodge. And you
So-
take the
Yeah,
difference.
unless you have rapid reflexes.
Yeah, but this guy isn't dodging because he just mauled Amber.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes all the damage?
So +3 from 9mm. So that's gonna be 8. Ow! Bang, bang, bang! Oof, oof, oof. He's just looking
it's
at
like
you.
Completely mag dumped his ass.
Yep, he is. Oh, that's gonna be aggravated too if he is immortal. So that's aggravate, lots of aggravated. That's horrible. Yeah, you're pumping him full with lead in very precise locations, right? You think you're doing it center mass around the heart. Bam! And you would have killed any regular person with this. Just straight up killed. Heck, if you would have been hit with this, you would almost be down. And you have...
that would have killed Rock.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is brutal. This guy is not dead. He is stumbling backwards and he smiles at you viciously and then he runs away. Because that hurt a lot. And he runs away.
Does he run out? Or
No, he runs out of the
somewhere-
room. He runs out of the room, absolutely.
Okay, so out of the suite.
Yep. Absolutely. He's still on his feet after that. He shouldn't
Are
be.
you gonna follow up?
My job is to protect the load-in, so I'm not leaving this place.
That seems very on point.
Yeah.
Amber is getting up and basically crawling over the floor to be behind you and whatever furniture is close to you, Natasha. Yeah, the guy is gone. He doesn't seem to be coming back.
But she... I think...
Eric's
Natasha's
probably
gonna-
awake.
That was some gunslinging, Natasha. Seriously, that was a ridiculous.
Yeah, I think our sleeping friend probably is awake by now, considering I just fired a gun within the suite.
Yeah, pistol
Maybe.
mag dump within a confined space. Yeah,
Maybe.
he heard that. There's no way.
Yeah,
He didn't.
it's...
It depends. But we will find out that later, won't we? Because meanwhile, in 1991, in an abandoned store, we have some other people who are doing their things. And I'm wondering what kind of thing they might be up to next here in this year. You have the police. He's sitting there very woozy by now because you've taken 2 of his potentially 5 blood. But you did it carefully. He's not gonna die. You have taken the edge off of that. Charlie, you need to get out of that place somehow, and it's a bit high to jump. You don't have soaring leaps.
I think Sylvester looks around and just goes, where did our gilded friend go?
Yeah, isn't that the question?
Yeah. First thing I do is, if I haven't already, I'm going to take the cop's wallet. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be some extra money there for sure.
Old habits die hard, okay?
They do, you robber scum. But
yoink! And the next thing I do,
because of your evil convictions, you don't even get a stain for that.
Yeah, so I go out to find Charlie.
I will just say to Tony as he's leaving, if you steal from him, he'll know someone else was here.
Look, we've already left plenty of evidence here.
Have we?
Look.
Have we? There's no blood from the feeding. There's no marks on either of them. One of them's dead. They could attribute that to a heart attack or something else.
The
And
body
he's...
is exsanguinated. There's no blood in there.
I don't know how they're going to explain it, but I'm sure they'll find a good, compelling reason to tell his family.
Look, I think, alright, 2 cops, their guns are missing, one's handcuffed, the other is dead. Okay, me taking the money off of this guy's wallet isn't going to...
No, I'm just saying, if we put that stuff back, he'll have even less... He'll be even more confused.
And you're not leaving fingerprints on them because you're dead.
True. Alright, fine, but I am taking the money.
Sure. I doubt he'll notice that.
Are we hearing Charlie crying out for someone to help him out, or... Because it's a 20 feet jump. You're not going to get out of there on your own.
We can't actually see anything outside of this room, because it's the only light source.
Fair. We can
And we
fix
can't...
that
Yeah.
with a flashlight, if we want. There! Look, you have a flashlight now, Katie.
Perfect.
Holding up a lighter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, how do I rotate my camera?
Shift scroll wheel.
There we go. Nope. Turn. There you are.
You wouldn't be able to see him because he's...
No. We see a giant thing, and we can hear Charlie calling out, I think.
Yes, pretty much.
Charles, I found some interesting stuff. Give me a rope, or a ladder, a rope ladder.
Or a hand. Well,
Yeah, I guess I'll do... I'll give you a hand up.
What, a 20-foot distance?
Oh, wait, 20-foot distance. Oh, never mind.
yeah, that's
Yeah, like,
that's
a
long
hand
way
won't
up.
help.
No, it could a little bit.
Look,
yeah.
just do some parkour and jump up to grab my hand.
Just...
Yeah, it's
Just do
it's
it.
a long way to go.
Hardcore civilization, we don't use rope.
As looking around, does there appear to be any sort of means of getting up and down in this room? If the cultists used stuff to get up and down, or
They must have somehow.
the police at the very least. The police had to
They
get down
they
there.
don't seem to have saved the thing though, so getting up. I guess we're gonna organize this by some kind of everybody is helping each other and
Teamwork.
climbing on each other for a while to get out. You will solve it in some fashion, obviously. It's just a
know,
matter
I-
of time,
I-
really.
Wait, how tall is this thing?
6 meters.
6 meters. I take off my time. How
Yay!
long
Easily.
is this tie?
That's easily 8 meters long, so we're set.
So between belts and ties and all sorts of other things, we're making a very makeshift rope, and Charlie will
Yeah.
climb up on it. Gotcha. Yeah.
Actually,
Also,
with
there's
my,
a table and a
things,
chair down there that you can climb on. So you just table,
Yeah.
chair, climb up, grab someone, and up you go.
Actually,
So-
with my link ability, could I have also scrambled up the wall really fast?
You know what? Maybe. I think that's another. No, that's another celerity power. I think.
And the point is, we get him up somehow.
Yes, you get him up somehow. Absolutely.
So Sylvester makes a very strange makeshift rope.
All right. We probably shouldn't waste any more time here.
Charlie, what was down there?
That's traversal, I think. You can, traversal. That's celerity level 3. You can do that with traversal. So you know, for the future. Anyway, yeah, what is down there, Charlie? You coming up. You've climbed out on top of the benches and everything. And I guess you can see, because there's been light down there, because Charlie brought it down, the outline of a body on the floor, and like the table and the beakers and everything.
Huh.
I guess whatever the chemistry set Charlie's stuck in his pockets, we'll take out, like I say, somebody was cooking something, we can maybe have these analysed. And we'll hold out the vial and say, so this. Tasty looking.
Oh, yes. And we have 2 people who are very nearly starved, don't we? You're not starved anymore because you had something to drink, didn't you? Dang.
Yep. I still have the urge to just pull a fleetness check and just
grab it. Yeah. It looks amazing the way the power swirls inside that vial.
Yeah, holy shit, that looks tasty.
Oh. It usually isn't my kind of ice, but still.
And Charlie will put it back into his pocket so it's not directly tempting anybody.
Very
You
well.
hear Sylvester audibly sigh.
So sad.
Oh, by the way, I am keeping the dead officer's pistol.
Of course you
If you're gonna do that, we may as well take the rest of it.
are.
Real.
It's either an all or nothing gambit, that one.
Yeah.
Just might
Yeah.
be.
If you're trying to hide doing that, I won't point that out, but...
Yeah, Tony's gonna keep the pistol. Whatever. Look, if they have questions about it, they can add it to the pile.
So you are taking it?
Yeah, it's mine now.
Okay.
So
Well,
what are we
in
doing
that
now? Apparently Ghoulie Man is not here. But
Yes.
he might have been.
Is it possible just to climb down there myself? Just to have a
Absolutely.
look at their setup?
Absolutely.
Because I do have science.
You do, yes. And not only that.
I think Sylvester could probably help you down.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sylvester's coming down as well? Alright,
Maybe you'll see something I can't.
maybe.
Maybe someone particularly powerful is laid to rest there.
You are both coming down to the basement room, and you have seen presence, all of you, sense the unseen, I should say.
Sense the unseen, yeah.
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 Both of
Both
you.
of us do, yeah.
And as you're coming down, and you're opening up your senses to anything unseen down here, is the power that was down here, right where that body was. It just slams into you, and Sylvester will remember this place from that premonition you had when, and then both of you go frenzy.
On each other?
Yes, you do.
Oh god, we're dishing
get
it
to
out
roll?
of the pit.
No, you just lose it, and
Oh,
we're
shit.
gonna roll. Well,
That's
you
right.
get to use willpower to stop the frenzy, but first you get to punch each other once. So, strength and brawl from both of you,
Strongest person around, okay.
and
Right.
both of you can hear
Yeah,
down.
I think this is the best 2 people to punch each other.
Probably
This
yes,
is for Oni
Lanky ass
and,
man attempts to punch you.
yes.
I'm sorry.
And Charlie and Tony will hear the roar from downstairs.
We're both equally good at punching each other.
as you're laying into each other. Because you are doing this, I'm gonna give you one bruised each, because that's basically what's happening. Puff, puff, puff. It would have been too superficial, but you're vampires. You have it. And are we spending willpower to stop the frenzy after this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock off some willpower here because I can. And you're just slowly getting that red haze that just descended over your eyes, and you're both stepping away and until you get a grip over the beast inside you, and you look at each other. I don't know, are we embarrassed? Are we surprised?
That was... What the fuck was that?
Oh.
Was that the same thing from the chessboard in the apartment?
Oh, indeed. Yes. Oh, yes, this is it. This is it. This is it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely. Whatever was in the apartment, the strength of that vitae, you recognize that down here.
Oh,
There was someone incredibly powerful down here.
so like super ghouls is what we're dealing with, probably.
Well, looking at the equipment, the science equipment, does it look like you would need that sort of thing to extract or purify blood, for example?
You can certainly use it that way, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
All right, so do you tell Tony and Charlie this about the whole like?
Whatever was in the apartment that ripped off the vault door was here. And now I think it's in a police morgue.
Oh. Oh, we should go there.
Alright.
We should...
I look towards Charlie and I say, "Hey, that vitae you have. Do you think it would be able to one of potence?"
I don't think any of us should have it. We don't know what was done to it.
Hmm.
We should keep it. We should totally keep it.
I definitely wouldn't throw it out,
Wait,
but no,
Or
I don't think
you're-
anyone should treat.
wait. Isn't your vampire gimmick that you like research? Shouldn't you want to keep this?
Yes, for reach. I do want to keep it, just for research. I'm saying we don't drink it. Which I'm sure everyone
Oh,
here would
boy.
like to do right now.
Look,
I was
Especially
going
How-
to drink it if I had
how-
to get out of the hole by myself.
All right, Charlie Goldtooth, you're the most responsible of us here. How about you keep it until we either need it for perhaps a rainy day or the nerd here gets a lab.
Charlie just taps the pocket that he's got the vial in.
Yeah, he's already got it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You keep a hold of it until that. What I just said there.
Yeah, okay, I think we need to get right to this morgue right now.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? Which means that we're gonna go to a downtown precinct, because they would know where it is, wouldn't they?
Did Kate learn anything else from looking at the equipment once the fisticuffs were over?
Not really, no.
I don't know. No?
No,
Okay.
not much. And that means, my friends, that we have finished the chapter known as To the Breaking Point. And next time when we meet, we'll start chapter 4 of Ashes to Ashes, the heading of which is called King's Gambit. I wonder what that might mean. But we won't know tonight, so we will know in a week from now, hopefully, when we come back to these anti-heroes and their struggle to try and find Prince Lodin wherever he might be.
I wouldn't say anti-hero. I would say Expendables, villain with their own agenda.
Yeah,
We haven't done anything particularly heroic.
not yet. You're just trying to save your skins. This is normal.
Vampires aren't heroes. They're
They
monsters,
aren't.
that's the
They
point.
aren't.
Or to be a
We're
good-natured
the
vampire.
protagonist, okay? We're the main characters of the story.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah, we're
not
protagonists.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We just need to survive
yeah.
the consequences of our actions.
Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to follow the Twitch channel if you're coming to this in YouTube, subscribe, and ring the bell icon and sacrifice to the algorithm gods. And
Do
you
it.
can
My
find
dog
me
would
on
really like it if you did it.
oh my god. Start playing games, and we see you all in a week. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.